From mayors to musicians, let the good times flow. Grab a seat and settle down, get ready for a ride. Incredible guests lined up, let's take it in stride. Voices from your community, stories to be told. With every conversation, let the magic unfold. Join the prime time, come on, tune in. Engage in discussions where the fun begins. With Jerry McKee at the helm of the stream. Experience the vibes, live the dream. From Ronnie McDowell to the Oak Ridge Boys, connecting us all through laughter and joys. Every guest a treasure, a beacon of light. Each story a journey, taking flight. Get to know the people who shape our days. With Jerry leading the way, we'll be amazed. So grab your coffee, it's time to unwind.
Well, hello, I'm Jerry McKee, and welcome to Prime Time. We've got a great guest, and I tell you, you're going to love it tonight. We have Neil Lee Griffin, is a multiple award-winning composer and audio engineer with over two decades of experience spanning a wide range of musical genres. His work includes original scores for films like podcasts, audiobooks, audio dramas, as well as the creation of songs, beats, jingles, tailored to diverse storytelling needs. So he's got a wide range there. Neil's musical journey began back in his teenage years with formal keyboard lessons, eventually expanding to a guitar through self-instruction. You know, YouTube can do that. But over the years, he has released numerous albums under both his own name and the moniker Antler Hill. A reoccurring symbol in his work, the Scarecrow reflects his ongoing advocacy for stuttering and awareness. He calls to close his heart as someone who has navigated the challenges of stuttering from a young age. And believe me, I couldn't tell nothing, but great advocate. But blending techno expertise with emotional depth, Neil brings authenticity, originality to every project he takes. He has a great journey, and we've got him on our show to talk about how to make these scores. And you're going to know what? You're going to know what a score is, too. It's not a score that you think about that, hey, I scored with her. Nope. It's a different type of score. Let's bring on Neil. Hey, Neil.
Hi, Jerry.
How are we doing?
We are doing well. How are you?
We're doing great here also. And I thank you so much for being on our show. And I've got to ask you, Neil, now we're going to show some great pictures here in a little bit too, and a little bit of his music here. As a kid, did you have anybody in your family that played music or that kind of drawed you to get into actually doing music? And you actually write the notes in music too, correct?
Right. Growing up, I didn't really come from a musical family. My grandpa bought a bunch of instruments in the hopes that somebody in the family would learn one of them. But he had passed away by the time I got to piano, and I just kind of took to it. And I started taking keyboard lessons about when I was 15, and really just kind of never looked back.
Now, it's I know this is just really funny to me, is that I could see that, you know, your parents all that getting you all this lessons about playing the music and playing this right here, and plus I know you play with the guitar, and he's thinking, yes, he's going to get out on that stage and he's going to just knock them dead, just like American Got Talent. And then they sit back and they hear do 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 do, and they're hearing these little jingles, you know. And tell me a little bit about your music freedom, is that you have got a whole bunch of different, and we will show some of those too, that the jingles and the sound effects, which is called score, right?
Right.
And for people who don't know what's there, now you know what score means. It doesn't mean the other. Now, growing up, what were some of the things that you that got you interested in like jingles and different things like that in your teenage year or even before then, growing up as a
Yeah.
kid?
Growing up, I mean, like elementary school, it was like cartoon theme songs. It was like how the theme song at the beginning of the show would kind of get you all hyped up for the next 20 minutes of the cartoon, and it was like it made me feel something, like it was exciting, and it was like how can it do this? Like it's music, it's sound, but it's making me feel a certain way, and
Wait,
I gravitated toward that.
well, you know that, and I grew up in glued to a TV because we had three channels, and cartoons uh, taught us something back then. We knew that we couldn't take a frying pan, hit somebody with a head, and not hurt.
Right.
But the music and and some of the stories in there. Matter of fact, my wife asked me a trivia question or something or other she's trying to figure out, and I'll answer it, and she says, "How do you know that?" I says, "That was on Bugs Bunny. He said this right here and that." Uh,
Yeah.
but and that really teaches us when we're growing, like you growing up, watching these childhood theme songs and movie scores that really left a big impact on your musical ear, did it?
Yeah, like the Flintstones or the Jetsons. I grew up on those kind of things, like the old Hanna-Barbera stuff, and it was just it was like magic. It was some kind of magic that I couldn't understand, and I just hoped one day I could.
Now, what is one of the earliest cartoon themes that really grasped you back then? What was the one that just kind of drew you in?
Oh, um, I don't know if it's the earliest. Let me think about this one for a second. A big one in my childhood wasn't a cartoon per se, but Power Rangers. It had this electric guitar that just, I mean, and it was up tempo, like really fast and just flying. And it was like, it just made you ready to go fight some bad guys.
Well, and that's the way they capture us kids as growing up is by mostly the sound effects. Because I know as I was a kid, I had probably ADD, HDD, and I had every alphabet. I couldn't concentrate on nothing, but I was listening to it. I'd
Hmm.
be doing here doing this right here, and when a certain little theme song come on or something little jingle or something, well, I'm there.
Right. Yeah, you knew it was coming on and you ran to the TV to sit down to watch it.
It's almost
You
like
know,
the ice cream truck, isn't it?
it's exactly like the ice cream truck.
Oh, for you people who don't know what ice cream truck right around your neighborhood, you missed something.
Right.
And now, what are some of the jingles that you've written for? Have you written some for some commercials and or jingles for an ad or?
The jingles have really been just for like podcasts
Uh-huh.
from friends doing uh, podcasts for like Comic Cons or something.
Right.
It's I've been doing films for so long. It's hard to remember all the jingles I did 10 years ago.
Well, I understand because it's like my jingle that I have come on that we just now.
Yeah,
And
that's a great jingle, by the way.
well, it's well, I wrote it, but unfortunately, I had to have AI to do the music part of it because I just said, I told it what I wanted to do. I wanted a little upbeat, a little this right here, and I liked it, so I said, okay, so do the video parts of it and splice it and do all that stuff and put that in there. So, but you do the hard stuff. Yeah, actually, you are the ones that AI goes to for that stuff. And and when you're teaching yourself, because you teach yourself, especially after learning the keyboard. Now, when you were learning the keyboard, your teacher, uh, did she? I mean, how does she go about thinking? She asked you, says, "Well, when you play this keyboard, how do you want to? What do you want to play in? You want to play in a rock band? You want to play this right here?" Uh, I wonder what she's thinking when you says, "Oh, I want to use this for score and stuff."
Well, back then it was more like rock music. So I was a big fan of Elton John kind of thing, and just learning uh, pop songs. You know, a Tiny Dancer, Crocodile Rock, and just
Oh
things
yes,
like that, where a piano was featured in a rock setting. You know, this was before I was into guitar. So I wanted to, and I grew up with a player piano at my grandparents' house, and I would sit there and, you know, pump the pedals, and it would be like Boogie Woogie or something that I would just play over and over again. And it was just wanting to be able to do that in some fashion, you know, to be able to play a piano with rhythm.
right. Now, folks, if you look at the QR code, if you got your phone out, you can always scan that, and it takes you right to Lee Griffin's webpage, and you'll see all the stuff. I mean, I couldn't put all this on here. We'd be on here for 3 or 4 days, but and get YouTube channels and all of that, so you could find it anywhere. And hey, if you need that jingle for that podcast, either one too. Or now you also for books. Uh, I guess it's not just like people say, well, how you do that on a book? Well, you like Kindle, and you've got some books that are read that you download now. That's more popular than actually getting a regular book with.
Right,
And
or an audiobook.
right now, do you listen? How do you come up with the sound or the sound effect that do you watch the movie, say for instance, they send you a movie, and we'll talk about
Mhm.
these movies in a little bit. Uh, do you watch it, and how do you come up with your ideas? I know it's not instantly. I know that you have to really, really watch the movies.
Right. Sometimes it starts with a script, and I'll read the script and then have a long talk with the director, and we'll just kind of hash through what they're wanting to feel. The, are they wanting a broad theme and then smaller themes for each character, or like how do they want to go about it? Because everybody's a little bit different. But it really starts with a conversation with the director or the producers, depending on how it's structured. And then we go from there. And they usually have in the movie what's called temp music,
Hmm.
which is a temporary music that they've put in from other movies and other sources to kind of explain their vision. And
Okay.
I'll listen to that and just kind of try to find the roadmap that they're trying to show me, and then structure my own and start rolling.
Now, when you're putting your audio together with this, Uh, I know I just I can't fancy my hand around that you watching this here and says, okay, I want this thump in there, or I want this particular here. And even though reading the script, you still usually have to put it together with the movie, see if it's going to fit in the right places in the movie.
Right.
And that to me is the hardest part of the movie. the video part you can see and visualize, but you got to use the vision and your hearing.
Right, because it can tell a completely different story if you change the music or kind of change when it starts or how fast or slow it is. And sometimes that's a real challenge to work that in and really hone in on what everyone's trying to go for.
Now, where do you get some of your music ideas? I know just say you might not have a movie in mind, you might not have this in mind, but you might have something. Well, you know what? Let me try this right here. I might be able to use this somewhere sometime. Do you build yourself a library?
I've got a small one. Like sometimes I'll hear sounds and record it and just kind of throw it on a hard drive and like I think I'll be able to use that down the road, kind of thing.
Yeah, because we all and I years ago, and somebody asked me, why'd you do that? Years ago, I used to watch TV with the stereo going with music on that had nothing to do with the movie and watch the movie.
Right.
And it's just, I guess our age group at that time, that's what we did. We listened to a lot of music, and we just looked at TV, and it could be news on, it could be and really nothing in particular, but we would watch it with music on.
Yeah.
And actually some of the music we'd say, oh, you know what, that blended in right what he said or right what they did there. And that's basically kind of what you're doing in a sense.
Kind of, yeah.
And now we're going to me, different sounds, because there's so many sounds in the world today. You have a lot to choose from.
Hmm.
And even AI that people uses a lot comes up with a whole different things of sound effects off of other movies or off of other things. It pulls from all those different things that to create something that you want to use as a video AI or a commercial AI, or something that you pay for. That kind of, I'm not promoting AI because that's nothing compared to what you do. And when you read these scripts, you ever read some? I know you do a lot of some of the drama. And what is easier to do, comedy, drama, or which selections of movies, or would it be for you? Say not the easy, but maybe even the fun or part of it.
Right. I don't. None of it's really easy, but I think for me, like I like drama and thrillers, horror, kind of that thing. But occasionally, I like a good rom com to score, just because it's so different from the norm.
Nah, I can see that. But I could tell where you favors more just by looking at this picture.
Yeah, a lot of people probably know me for the darker stuff.
Yeah, well, and to me that's I like it because when I come up with some of these crazy horror video things like that, and as a matter of fact, I got one that I'm going to do with a friend of mine, Steve Holt. He's a ventriloquist,
Mm,
and he makes his own. Uh, I don't want to call them dummy characters, and
puppets.
yeah, puppets out of wood. And he makes the wood, and he dresses, he makes all that stuff there, and they look so cool. And I thought maybe we can do a little short story with those.
Mm,
Maybe I know we use movies that goes, hey, a puppet come alive, and they switch roles,
right.
or something like that. And I'm looking at one that maybe thinking about writing it, he puts his hand in there and all of a sudden it's clamps and it's got a hold of him, some different stuff like that. And I like things like it. My wife says, you know what? I'm laying here beside you and that's going through your brain. But I do love the horror things and in the horror those I listen to the music.
Mm.
That tells me what's going to kind of happen or not going to happen.
Right.
And
Or it could be
sometimes
lying to you.
and I'll get ready to say that it will lie to you.
Yeah.
I took some classes at university looking at movies, and when they had a good class, get to watch 10 Clint Eastwood movies, and it tells you that in some of those things that what side of the movie character comes on, if it's going to jump out at you, you know how it's something like it
Mm.
will scare you,
Yeah.
and it kind of tells you told me kind of what side. So now I look at a different side where the character's coming in. I said, well, the music is building up, and he's coming in. I said, nope, it's not going to happen right there. And it doesn't. It happens to the left side.
Hmm.
Just different things like that. And I can imagine in you watching these and putting things in, you got to figure out when's the time to make somebody jump.
Right. Yeah, and sometimes that's in the temp score that they've put in, or sometimes it'll be a conversation, and we'll try a bunch of different uh, ways to do it, and then they'll pick one, and we'll go with that one.
Well, it has to be well, you scripted, and also it's got to be good timing on the person that's playing that part.
Right.
And but now, do you? I know you have to just not only putting the music in there, but don't you have to adjust the tempo, the sound, and all this right here to whether it's the loudness or the softness, and it's just a little more than just sticking the music in there.
Right. I'm writing it in a way that, like, maybe it'll start soft and then go loud, or vice versa. And just the way I write, I like to write. I'm not trying to write just music on its own. I know it's going in this film with other sound effects, with dialogue and all these things. So I write with that in mind. So if somebody's going to be talking a lot over it, I'm probably going to stay out of the mid range as much as I can to make a hole for that dialogue to sit and still be able to kind of cradle what they're saying with the music.
Now, besides the scoring and the movies itself and other things, now, did you also run any sound for bands or composing some of their music?
Not really. I'm a real studio rat.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you did that, or if someone, say, if a band had, I didn't know if you had a studio for, I know some places like a friend of mine has a studio where the drums are playing here and then the singer singing here, where you got this and over here.
Right. Yeah. My studio's not that big.
Yeah.
It's usually just me.
Yeah. Well, you do a great job. You don't one man band anyway. I've listened to some of your
Thank you.
videos and stuff that you play, and I says, and I've seen people put these things together. You know, like be playing this one riff, and then they put a video of them playing the different riff of it, or
Mhm.
over
Just
here,
kind of build it.
yeah, and build it up, and here
Yeah.
they are, like three different people
Right.
doing that and singing. Uh, I did that one time, just playing around with my software. I put me 3 times sitting on my couch and talking to myself. Wife says, "Oh yeah, so you didn't have to pretend at all, did you?" Well, let's look at some. Let's look at some video, not videos. Let's look at some pictures. And who's that guy on the left?
I don't know.
I tell you what, I'm going to bring this up where you can see this. Now, the movie on the right,
Mhm.
it's original movie on Lifetime, Kidnapped in Her Own Home. This, the Martha Cornelli story. Now, was this a true story?
It's based on a true story. Yeah, it's based on a story, The Painter's Wife by Anne Rule. So it's based on true events.
No. This is a great movie, folks. If you want to watch it, it's clean, but yet it's exciting, and it's got some little twist in it. and it really is a great movie, especially at the end. And now you wrote some of the scores in there, correct?
Right. I did all of it.
Oh wow! I was thinking just we're going to show something in a minute because that blew my mind when I seen that. We already talked about a little bit about it, but you did a fantastic job, and because that's one thing I was listening was the background because I look at abstract things and I always figure things out in movies way before ahead of time because I'll see things in the background that's actually hints that this person done it or something like that.
Hmm.
And I listen to the music too, but you did a fantastic job
Thank
on
you.
this. And that's just, but let's see I think I got that. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
These two things right here, and you're gonna say, well, what is those pictures of? All right, the one on the right, let's talk about that stump right here a minute. And you got how do you get stump into a movie?
Uh,
I'm gonna let you explain that one.
okay. Well, we had a bad storm and a tree fell down in our backyard. So we got rid of the tree itself and then we were left with the stump. So my father-in-law came over and he was helping us uh, grind it up. And before we got that far, he was trying to do it with an axe and just trying to break it apart. So he's uh, trying to split it, and I'm standing there like, that is a neat sound. What can I do with that? So I grabbed my phone and just kind of recorded probably 50 hits, and then threw it on my computer and mangled it and added reverb and all this. And it's some of the percussion in the score for Martha Corelli.
See that right there just kind of blows my mind. Who would think here's somebody out here, chopping a stump. I'm going to record that sound, not video, but I'm going to record that sound. Most people think, okay, is he okay?
Yeah,
But
well,
but you repurposed it, to make it into that, and that's what great sounds is about.
yeah, kind of my thought on what sparked it, aside from the cool sound, was there's a scene in Martha Corelli where they're out in the woods, and it's a big pivotal moment. You're not sure what's going to happen, but they're out in the woods. So I'm like, they're surrounded by trees, and this tree is making a noise right now. So it's like, what if I incorporated uh, this tree and nature into the musicality of this movie? So it's kind of like, I'm probably the only one that would ever know it, but you hear the tree thud a lot earlier. So it's kind of hearkening to what's coming, but no one is going to know that but me.
Yeah, but that's still a cool thing. Seeing just listening. Hey, you know what? I put that in there. That,
Yeah.
that is super cool. Now on the left, this is the
Yeah.
violin. No, it's not a cello.
Right. Shout out to Chris for the cello. I'm loving it, by the way. I'm terrible at it. I am terrible at it, but I was able to coax some aleatoric, scary stuff out of it. And a lot of that is in the score for Martha Corelli as well.
Well, I could see the cello being part of a movie because you hear it a lot in different movies that stuff like that. It just
Right.
to me that gives you kind of a little cold chill.
Yeah, and that was my intention.
Now here is collage. This is only just some of them that I put on here. Now these are scores that you've done,
Right.
and this is only part of them. I couldn't get every one of them on there, but I just wanted to get part of them on here. That and I was looking. A lot of them is kind of like horror stories in a way.
Yeah, the majority of them are pretty dark.
So, folks, you can look these up on the website with the QR code I'll put out there, or go to Neil's website, and you'll see all these right here. And go check these movies out. Uh, I tell you, you won't be disappointed, because I know I was not disappointed in the one that I saw.
Thank
And
you. And a lot of them you can stream for free on Tubi.
exactly. Well, just like I found the kidnapped in her own home. I just Googled it on, actually, I put it on YouTube, just looked at it. So, hey, wait a minute, right there it is. It takes me right to Lifetime too. Choo. So I'm right to it. So
Awesome.
always find it. Now all these right here, do you have a favorite, or you just,
Oh man. It's like trying to pick a favorite child.
yeah, yeah, you don't want to say, well, that's my favorite, right?
Right. It's hard to pick one.
Well, I can see that, because they all look pretty cool there. I know that's where I'm picking some of my movies from this week or so to look at. So I'll rate them.
Yeah.
But the other one was just was excellent.
Thank you.
I had to get the picture on the left. Did you do the artwork in that?
The one of me?
Well, yeah, you looking in, or was that actually a picture behind that?
It's a mirror.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
taking a picture of myself in a mirror. I'm just hiding the phone.
You know what it looks like? Because I've done some of these before with my nieces and all. They'd go off on vacation somewhere, and I always took their pictures and I put me in them. Yeah,
Mm.
like I was with them. So thank them so much
Right.
for taking me. And that's what I thought that was here, because I had a house that I put my face inside the inside of it, and not using the mirror. But that's pretty cool. I thought that you did some Photoshop that
Oh no, it's an actual mirror. Shout out to Jen for the mirror. Actually, it was a present.
oh, that's a great present. Now, was the Raven there on with the mirror?
Yeah, it's part of it. Here, I'll show you.
Well, let me pull you up right quick.
It's just it's a mirror.
Oh, wow. That is cool. I
It's
like that.
3D.
Yeah, when I seen that picture, I said, I gotta put that on there. That is so neat. Well, now I know how you did it. It was a trick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the one on the right, Batman
Yeah, Batman
Return.
Returns. One of my favorite scores. And that's actually the sheet music for the entire score for the movie. Start to finish, the whole
Wow.
orchestra.
Wow. Now I can say, well, now seen the movie Batman Returned, which I like Batman, and I can say, oh, I know the background of this. That's pretty. I like the front cover. Whoever did design the front cover too. I'm a graphics artist, so I
Mm.
love looking at these things. It's a little bit unusual, or a
Yeah,
little
I
different
like it too.
to capture it. Now here you are working on a
Mm.
place where I used to live at. I mean,
Okay.
I used to live in Hickory, North Carolina, and if I'm not mistaken, this was a project that you were working on, that Lake Hickory.
Right.
And was it an event that was happening there?
It
Or
was, they had a theme that year, and uh, Jason reached out to me. Shout out to Jason for the gig. Thank you. He reached out to me and said, "Hey, here's the theme for this year, and would you want to do some music that'll play when people are arriving or going through the attraction
yeah,
in the theme of the attraction?" I'm like, absolutely. So I've done 2 or 3, maybe 4 for them, and it's always a lot of fun and a lot of freedom.
Oh yeah, I mean that's I think that's how I've seen that. So I got to put that up there. I'm from Hickory. I got to give them
Yeah.
a shout out. Love the monitors too. I'm just gonna let you know that I have a huge monitor that I like to where I can really see.
Right. I mean, if you're sitting in front of it all day long, you want to be able to see it well.
Yes, that's why I don't use my phone much to video. I thought this was pretty neat also.
Oh, thank you. It's Turkish lamps. I've got a few of them in my studio. I just love the way they look. Like it's such a different light fixture. It's like vintage and gothic and all the things I love.
It's that, but it's the stained glass in it is beautiful.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
I just look at this. It's more than on the dark side. It's beautiful, and then of course you've got everything mostly black and white except for there's a rose there, and that never symbolized. But is that a buzzard? This side of
Yeah.
the road?
Yeah, I got it from a Halloween store. It reminded me of the Addams Family, which I'm a big fan of, and
Oh
had to
yes,
take it home.
yes, I like the Addams Family. And but see, if this to me is could be a cover of a Edgar Allan Poe book or something. Uh,
Thank you.
that's why I liked it. I said, yeah, I love this right here. Tell me about the purple guitar.
Uh, I just I saw it online and it was sparkly and purple, and I'm like, you know what? I need that. It's not really a thrilling story, I know, but that's what it is.
Well, see, you can be creative. You can make up a wild story about it. Like, yes, this belonged to one of the Adams families
Uh,
and because it looks like it's laying in a coffin.
yeah, yeah. Coffin cases are fun.
Yes. Now the movie cover next was it Restless Dreams? Is
Yeah,
that
it's an album. I did it a few years ago now. It's a mainly instrumental kind of, I don't know if you'd call it soft rock or indie rock, kind of dreamy record. Uh, I'm a big Silent Hill fan,
uh-huh.
so it's kind of my love letter to those games.
Okay. Now is it now are you singing in this or is it just the music or
It's mainly instrumental.
okay. Hmm. Now can they get this on your website?
It's streaming on Apple, Amazon, iTunes, anywhere anything streams.
Okay, great. Well, I streamed all those too, so I'll have to look up and listen to it like that because I wasn't sure because I seen the cover. I wasn't sure if this was a movie because it's got the title like a movie, Restless Dreams,
Yeah.
and I don't sleep much. I don't sleep about 4 hours a day,
Oh
and
wow.
and it's split up even, and I when I read that title, I said, yeah, it kind of like me. Now, how'd you come up with the cover?
It's just kind of like what I was trying to convey in the music. Kind of like you're asleep, uh, like part of you is asleep and the other part is wandering through the woods, in your mind.
Hmm. Well, sure, it's pretty cool. I like that. You didn't have
Thank you.
someone posing for that, did you? As far as up close?
No, it's a stock image.
Oh, okay. Still looks cool.
Thank you.
Now here you are in your big studio. Now you said you didn't have a big studio, but you got a lot of stuff there.
I do. Admittedly, I do.
What caught my eye mostly here, and I'll take us off on the bottom there where you can see that too. All the guitars. I'm thinking each one of them's got to have a different sound for something other that you're capturing.
Yeah, through the years, I mean, I've just kind of bought stuff for a project and then never really used it again or used it for something else or had a different tuning in it. It's just a
Okay,
lot of
now,
experimenting, really.
now your walls and even the panels on your ceiling, does it help with your acoustics in there, or does that make any difference?
Yes, it's probably going to get the number wrong, but it's Owens Corning 703 rigid fiberglass, and I've wrapped it in breathable fabric, and that's what's on the ceiling and flanking the side walls.
Wow. Room looks, I mean, it really looks great. It really does. Uh,
Thank you.
now, did you take the pictures of the two big pictures on the right and left?
No, they're tapestries that I found online
Yeah.
and just split them up and made them into triptychs.
Well, I tell you, they look. It just sets the room. That's why I wanted to put the room on here, because it's not just your studio right there, but it's kind of like comforting to me. It
Hmm.
looks like it's just kind of warm, comforting to I guess let your creative juices can really go pretty far in there.
Yeah, thank you. It's something I pride myself on is being in a comfortable space that I love. Because you see a lot of studios and they're just white or it's all black and all like really oppressive. And I wanted it to be fun and creative and a little quirky.
Right. Yeah, and I think you captured it good, because most studios are, I say, commercial
Hmm.
studios. It's one bland or wires here, this and this right here. But yeah, I like that right there. I can see where you can really create some great stuff from there.
Thank you.
Let's see this thing here. It's taking its time to change. My changer don't want to work too well. Let me go back one. Here we go. And it's just a close up of you, all the buttons you got to push and pull and bring down. So say, folks, it's not just a plug and play.
No, no, a lot of screens and a lot of buttons to do the job.
Yeah, I like the keyboard right underneath everything. And I tell you, you just kind of got everything right each fingertips and synthesizers and all that good stuff. Like the
Yeah, I
logo.
mean, it's really not a necessity to do the job, but it streamlines everything so much.
Well, it's right there. You don't have to keep plugging and unplugging. You know yourself when you do that, you got to adjust every time, no matter how good you are.
Right.
I know here, if I unplug one thing, plug it back up the next time, I've got to test it. And right here, did you? Is this?
This this is a cue from the Batman Returns book. This is Selena Transforms, I believe, and that's not a thing you see on sheet music a lot about how to play something.
Yeah, and I was looking at it, emotionless and psychotic.
Hmm.
And you wrote these out?
No, this is Danny Elfman. This is
Oh,
from
okay.
Batman Returns.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Because I was, and you could read this. That's what I should have said.
Yeah.
Uh, wow, that's pretty neat. And here is some awards that you've got. And now that's got to be great. 'Cause I've had some picture. I think I've got another picture in there of uh, some of these awards and at these banquets. I mean, this is really a big deal. It's not just that you're just putting music in these movies, stuff like that. You winning really top awards uh, for these movies, and to me, that's what makes the movie is the background music is in the scoring and all this right here. You take all that out, it would be a dull music, a dull movie, I think.
Hmm. Right.
You got lighting design. You got
This is all the team.
okay.
It's I think on that one yeah, everybody it won a bunch of awards on that one, and I was really proud to be a part of it. Shout out to Dave for having me on that one. He's always fun to work with.
Well, you get to meet a lot of interesting people, directors, and uh, I mean that's a cool thing too.
Definitely.
Congratulations to the cast and crew of Compassion. Tell me a little bit about Compassion and the sixth festival selection.
This one was interesting because it was a 3-part movie. So I had a theme, and in each part it was kind of doing it a little bit differently, but having a thread that kind of tied them all together.
And that's I guess that's from the puzzle from the left over there. It's just kind of
Right.
tying them together. I was wondering, I said Compassion. I got to ask him that.
Yeah.
Now, right here is the finalist and the Unfamiliar. This another movie that you?
This was a short film I did with JB, and it's kind of a dark Southern movie. So a lot of like swampy guitar and slide guitar kind of thing.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I like a lot of short movies, and you know what? I find that people watch short ones quicker than they do the long ones,
Mm,
especially social media and stuff like that. You know, if you got one 3 or 4 minutes, something like that, they'll watch it. Even less, they'll watch it real quick.
right.
Get more views, get more people watching the little short ones you do. If you something you work days and weeks and months on. Uh, well, that's the the hard work that has to go into that. And like I said, I wanted to take everybody to look at your studio and how it looked in there because I thought that looked so cool. And it's just, I bet people are saying, some of them are saying, I got to have a studio like that.
Thank you.
My my wife, I would say that, but she says nope. I have to take my studio comes up and down on Monday nights.
Hmm. I hear you.
Yeah, because I do take them off, take them out. But when I go out, sometimes out in the field, I take mine out in the field and do live streams and stuff out there. So I'm more of a live stream guy. Uh, Now, I want to play this little clip here because everybody's going to know this clip as soon as I click it. And I think it's cool. Ah, yes. When I heard that, I was, hey, I know that. And uh, it brings back these little videos that this guy's got. He puts some Jason Myers mask on. And he walks up to this piano and he starts playing that theme song. And immediately people know what it is. They look over and there he is on the piano. He looks over at them. I was like, how cool would that be? I wish I knew how to play that right there. My wife says, you don't need to know how to play that or anything like that. Anywhere we go, you do not, because she knows I'd have to do it. Uh, and and I bet lots of folks that is my age and stuff. When I know they got some new ones, had new ones out on this right here, and I'm gonna let them guess and let them tell me what. Now wait a minute, I didn't know you played the banjo either. You didn't mention that. You said guitar.
I don't want to
Banjo.
insult the purist. Technically it's a 6-string banjo, so it's half guitar.
Okay, I'll
But
give you
I've
half.
but I fooled many of people. Like back when I played live after the show, people would come up to me and they'd be like, "Oh, what kind of banjo is that? And I explained to them like it's actually half guitar, and then they would be all frustrated and walk away angry because I fooled them.
Well, that's pretty neat. That's kind of a good conversation
Yeah.
piece. I'm gonna let them try to guess this, people. Mission Impossible. That is cool. Because the main thing on Mission Impossible that I remember in the whole song is that bass, doom, 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 doom. And when it come on, that's when Peter Graves was starred in it, and
Yeah.
I watched at the beginning there. I mean, it's just so intrigued how they got through everything. Well, not like MacGyver. MacGyver could take a toothpick and make a gun out of it. I don't know if you ever remember MacGyver or not.
I do.
Oh, and we got one more here, a little video clip. And this one here is my favorite because I like the movie.
That's my girlfriend. She's here to have a spooky time, but she's dead inside. Yeah, that's my girlfriend. She's got a shake up on her leg. Yeah, that's my girlfriend. 'Cause she's living it upstairs. That's my girlfriend. She put a spell on me. That's how I knew that it was meant to be.
Okay, Neil, tell me what'd you do to that one?
Oh, it's a song I had written a year or two prior, I believe, and then Wednesday came out, and that dance scene was all the rage. So I just added it to the dancing instead of the music that was in there, and it seemed to fit rather well.
It fit great. And when I first listened to that, like I said, wait a minute. Then I went and listened to the original. I said, wait a minute, that's a totally different song.
Yeah.
And you're right. It was a rage, and I don't know if anybody else still does it or not, but they do. Before, I think everybody was doing that dance, and my understanding, her when she did that dance, she just kind of did her own thing into that, which even made it even better. Because I used to watch the Addams Family when I was real little, growing up with them, and then when they come out with the other Addams Family, I wanted to watch that too. So still a kid in our own hearts,
Right.
Well, I've got some disco. A little picture to look at. We're going to talk about. It's not disco. It's discography, right?
Right.
All right. Woo. My wife will be proud of that. Memoirs.
Memoirs of an Apparition. This was a record I did a few years back. It's kind of some reimagining some older songs and newer songs. This is the record that Ghoulfriend is on.
And now this is just regular music. Is your singing in it also, or?
If you want to call it that, yeah. I'm not much of a singer, but I try.
Dance with the Dead.
Yeah, this was a single I did for Halloween 2 years back, I think. Just a kooky little dance number.
Wow. Do you dance in it?
No. Nobody wants that.
Maybe doing the Wednesday dance, right?
Right. Yeah. This is a soundtrack for Screaming Soup I do with Dead West and Dan Fowler who does this. Shout out to Dan for having me onto this. It's a horror host show where it's a whole gang of cartoon characters with their own storyline, but it's also a review of really old, scary movies, B horror movies, C and D horror movies, like the really obscure things.
Yeah. Mine's way back there at about Z on mine. That's pretty cool. I like it. Made me think of the cartoon Ghostbusters.
Hmm. Kind of. A little darker though.
Winter's Mystery.
Yeah. This was kind of a campy, Christmassy, dark, whimsical tune I did years back, just because I felt like it.
That kind of reminded me of the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
So this was a song I wrote for a friend who was just kind of in a bad relationship and just dealing through it in my own way and watching them go through this and just hoping they would get out.
Is this a stock video? Did you, cover there, or is something that you took someone's picture and kind of?
It's a stock image.
Okay. I was looking now. Does that say stain, or does it have? Is that
Yeah,
what that is?
it's like the tears, because it's like the message of the song is if you keep going down this road, your tears are gonna stain
Oh, okay.
and not be able to come off because the trauma is gonna stay.
Wow. I like that.
This is a pretty tongue-in-cheek one about aliens and life in the stars and UFOs.
Well, you've got the perfect satellite there. That's almost like ET, right?
Yeah, kind of.
The Good Things Devils Do soundtrack.
That's the first movie I did with my North Carolina friends. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, it stars Kane Hodder, who was Jason in a couple of the Friday the 13th movies. And that was kind of my introduction into bigger budget films.
Wow.
And that's what started it. That one got me the next one, and then I got the next one and the next one, and here I am. Shine is
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead. I was going to ask
Oh,
about Shine.
Yeah. Shine is a short film by Jonna Lutz, and it's kind of a backwoods bluegrassy kind of story. So I got to really break out the banjo on that one.
The guitar banjo.
Yeah.
Antler Hill.
Yes. So this is the last record we did as Antler Hill. Antler Hill is me and my wife. We had a little duo, and this was a record just about Carolina lore.
Wow. And does she sing?
She does.
All right.
This is the second record we did as Antler Hill, Shadow Falls. It's like a concept record of a journey through this town called Shadow Falls, and just like you're going around to the different parts in the town and learning the folklore in this town, and it deals a lot with grief and kind of your own inner demons, dealing with your own self, and just how we can kind of get so down and depressed, but just because we're there, it doesn't mean we have to stay there. we can leave the town because it's
Wow.
just a town.
Yeah, it's so many designs in that. I'm looking at this, and well, that's why I like putting it up here. Is that it's so many designs in that one picture.
Yeah, this is one I photoshopped. I took all the pictures, and this one's all me.
Okay, well, you great job on that. Yeah,
Thank you.
because look, when I first looked at it, and I seen just one big picture. I said, let me look at it a little minute here, and I said, oh gosh, it's here. There's a face down here. There's this building up here.
Yeah, and shout out to Shantae for being the face on that.
Well, there's a little town up in Hickory that's actually Hildebrand. It's amazing little town. It's nobody in it. But when you're driving through it, you see all these houses on the road as you're driving through. That's no paint on them. It's almost like you're going back in time, and it's almost like you're coming out of a color picture into a black and white one.
Mm,
It is so neat. And actually, they did the Hungry Games there,
okay.
shot some scenes there. But it's that town's been like that for many, many years. But if you drive through Hildebrand up through that way, and at the top of the hill, there's a big, huge colonial house. But all the way down through it, there's an old store down there. It's the only thing is brick, but the rest of the houses, no paint. It's like you step back in time, and it looks like everything turns black and white.
Wow.
It's pretty neat. That
Yeah.
picture and that top one that kind of reminded me of that. Well, Neil, it's at the top of the hour, and I really appreciate you being on. It's been I've learned a lot, and
Absolutely.
I tell you, I'll be following you because I want to listen and see what projects that you got going on, and I'm going to put you backstage for a second, and I'll come right back to you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, folks, you've heard some great stories here, and you learned what score means, about some good movies. Go on his website and check it out. Check out some of these movies, and that way, when you're watching it, you can tell your wife. You tell your wife. You can tell your husband. Says, "Hey, I know that guy that plays the music for all the stuff in the background," and so now you've got the edge on it. Well, I'm Jerry McKee, and thank you for watching, and we will see you next Monday. And we will let you know who is going to be our guest in the middle of the week. Have a great day.